I'm creating anchor charts. So instead of just writing on the board and then rubbing it off, I'm going to be writing on sheets of A4 paper. You can write on the board as well if you like, just to make it bigger for the kids. But I'm also recording the model on the A4 sheet of paper, and then I'm leaving that up, and I might end up with, say, 2 A4 sheets of paper on the board. And then the kids, when they go to their tables, they select the level that they are ready to investigate. And of course, at least initially, we can overrule the children and say, I want you to try that one instead of this one or whatever. But you'll see that the majority of kids are spot on. They are the ones who know, I don't get that, that's what I'm going to investigate. Or, yeah, I think I get that, I'm going to try that. And this also builds what's called authentic growth mindset, because the kids will move themselves between levels. So if I try this level and I'm thinking, oh, not really getting that, I'm going to try that level first, because the kids know that that level is needed before you can go on to the next level. So over only a few lessons, every single child is really accurately choosing their level, because every lesson you're going to be using what's gone on in the lessons before to keep adding to your anchor charts. This is the explicit teaching I'm going to do. I'm going to add a level for these kids. I'm going to reteach this level, take down that anchor chart, redo that anchor chart for that level, because there are kids that are really confused at that level. Don't need to redo those 2 levels because the kids investigating them are fine. You know, they're on their way. Okay, do your explicit teaching, 10-15 minutes of the lesson. Say to the kids, okay, off you go to your table, start investigating again. Now, when I put up an anchor chart, I'm again using Socratic strategic questioning as I'm creating the model. So it's been collaboratively created. It's not an anchor chart that I brought in and just stuck on the wall. So it's one that we collaboratively created, and it's the model of how they're now going to investigate. Now, if during this Socratic strategic questioning and creating the anchor chart and of the first level that I've chosen, I'm not getting much back, regardless of whether I think kids are capable of doing higher levels, they haven't demonstrated anything to me yet. So I might say, okay, I'm going to stop. You're all going to go to your tables. You've all got a pack of playing cards. You're going to select a number, and you're going to try to describe your number using non-standard place value the way that I just did. And then they go to their tables. Again, a little bit of training in how to open the pack of cards and how to use the cards properly and that kind of thing. And then it's, okay, so now, you know, make your number, draw your place value chart, you know, whatever it is. Okay, describe your number using non-standard place value, whatever. And if some kids need blocks, they've got blocks. Kids who don't need blocks don't have blocks. And depending on the size of the number, that would, you know, depend on that. So then you're free to walk around. So over a few lessons, you might have 5, 6, 7 anchor charts up. You could have, in a class of 20, you could have 20 levels. And there's no way that you as a teacher can put the kids into groups if you've got 20 levels. Now, to you, that sounds like a lot. Because the anchor charts have gone up, you know, sort of daily, you're just adding to them, you know, day after day, you're just adding to them. You can redo some of them if your kids need to see something redone and so on. Every single child is now learning at their own level. So even though it's 20 levels or 5 levels of anchor charts up on the wall, every child is only investigating one level. So to the kids, there's only one level up that's relevant to them right now. Now, because you've done the lowest level that you think, the lowest level of understanding that you think you might have in your class, no one needs to sit with you. Every single child is able to engage in an independent investigation. So by making sure that their level is on the board, on an anchor chart, they can engage independently at the same time as the rest of the class can. It's just the progression of learning. So every child can see where they've come from. The important thing about this too is because the investigation and the explicit teaching is the same, regardless of whether we're doing a teen number or a number with decimals, the kids can see, oh, that's just the same as that. It's exactly the same concept. I'm just doing it with a larger number or a more complex number. So this is what's called inclusive student-led differentiation. The teacher's not telling the kids what they're ready to learn. The student is looking at what they're ready to learn. So in this way, every single child is learning at their leading edge.